Fucking hallelujah! I fucking won! Oh my god! What the fuck? Who would have fucking thunk it? I finally won a fantasy football game. The age of apocalypse has been lifted, and now it's the age of the zombie. Fuck yeah. That really didn't make sense. But who gives a fuck? I fucking won! Yeah! Fuck you, Tori. Yeah. But you know, I'm still 1-4. The 0-4 start is still miserable. But 1-4 is still better than 0-5. Fuck yeah! Grant Hernandez's tight end may not be so tight when he goes to prison here soon, but neither will you after this week. I am going to obliterate your fucking butthole. Complete anal prolapse. Fucking Doc Chris is going to have to stitch you up. Where you thought you had a liver will be another fuck orifice, so I can just fuck you in the side every fucking day. But the show is not about me and my feeble victory and my megalomaniac ego thinking that I'm going to whoop Grant's ass this week. It's about John Bradbury and how much dick he sucked last week. How much smelly, black, veiny, hairy, drippy dick can be shoved into his mouth. Which is what happened. So, John, you are being burned. Don Juan did not tickle any wounds this week. Kyle's chastity belt held through, saved him from another hysterectomy and his ovaries. He can still have children. Everything's alright. The White Power hate group, also known as the Vineman's fantasy football team, led the charge. White on White Power. Whooped your ass, John. I'm sorry about it, but now you're being burned. And your struggles really come from your inconsistent play. You whooped Tori's ass, made him get burned, saved me from being burned. Thank you. But then you come out this week and just lay a fat turd. And it's really pathetic. You know, your team is about as shaky as Michael J. Fox. You're all over the fucking place. You have a bunch of no-name running backs, no workhorses. These guys are broken legs getting sent to the glue factory. Calvin Johnson's hurt. I mean, you may be getting burned again this week by Waddy Sin's reformed team. I mean, he's looking pretty strong, and you're looking pretty weak, John. Come on now. You even retired from On the Border just to focus more on fantasy football. And I think that was the wrong move. You were playing better fantasy football when you're still working on the border. And you know what it is? You were able to suck the life force out of these young 16-year-old girls straight out of their hymens. And that gave you the power to have some more fantasy football success. Without the lifeblood from these 16-year-old hymens, you just are shriveling up and floating away in the distance. You may be doing terrible at fantasy football, John, but you can always say you're at least the best dressed of our fantasy football league. Frat as fuck! But with all this new found free time without On the Border, I'm wondering if you really are focusing as much on fantasy football as you should be. Maybe it's just way too much gym tan laundry. Guidoing it up? Probably. Peyton Manning, in usual Peyton Manning style, took a big can of whipped cream and varsity blued your asshole, dropping 50-plus points. He literally almost outscored your entire team by himself. But the biggest surprise of the matchup was the Browns' defense. The fucking Cleveland Browns kicking ass. They kicked so much ass and made your team look like a big brown piece of shit. A big brown diarrhea piece of shit with a bunch of corn. It was terrible. It was like a fucking sick dog on his deathbed. You fucking team didn't even score over 60 points. I'd expect that much from Grant, but seriously, John? Fucking fuck you, John. You've been burned, you piece of shit. And for you, Grant, fuck you. I'm gonna whoop your ass this week. Come at me, bro. Fucking fuck! And I'm sorry, Cameron. Denver plays Jacksonville this week. So just plan on being burned. To end on a sad note, I just want to bring something to your guys' attention this week. KU was also burned. So fuck you, Charlie Weiss. Well, that's it for the burn notice this week. It was a little shorter, a little sweeter, a little quicker. I'm gonna go autoerotic asphyxiate myself in the shower with an electrical wire. So see you guys later. Hope I don't choke and die.